Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 2 of Invictus Gaming versus Rave. Game 1 was an unmitigated disaster for IG. They had all the cards in their hand, they had the early game advantage, they had the better split push, they had the gold lead, an Aegis, map control, everything you can need to win a game of Dota 2.
Better draft.
The better draft even, but they couldn't do it. Ben, mentally, do you think IG can recover from losing like that?
I think it's just Bandusa, just relax, rewind, and
Get a pina colada?
They know that they're better than Rave. I think that's their mentality that they're going into the game with. It's like we know that we're more skilled than these guys. We choked a little bit versus Medusa, and versus a normal hero, I don't think that would have worked. Just because Medusa, again, scales a lot better with gold, so 5,000 gold to her, 5,000 gold items like a 15,000 gold item. That's why you can fight from so far behind and still win team fights. So I think they'll just ban that out and then just proceed with the same game plan. Have a better draft, a slightly better late game, and better lanes, and their early game execution was definitely suspect.
The first Blink Dagger gank for the Axe failed. The first
that wasn't his fault.
First Orchid gank fails.
Yeah.
And then the follow-up ganks also failed. Partially because Rave just played really well and had some fortunate timing, but
those are them like. I think
it was just everything went wrong after they got their early items.
Those were mostly, I think, Rave playing better than them. But at the same time, there's things that they can do, like have better wards, or block the Ancients, or contest the Ancients, or contest Roshan. Like all these things, like are not really like outplays. These are things that the support should be doing instead of whatever the heck they did, which is I don't know.
Well, Tron farmed, man. He had a Hex.
Tron farmed, and Chisbug missed Ice Blast and died a lot. And they also lost the gem too. Losing the gem that early was really bad.
And it was his first big pickup, even before going for the point booster. All right, well, game 1's over, so let's look at game 2 here now. Shadow Fiend, your first overall pick by Rave. It was banned first phase by them, I believe, versus IG in game 1. And IG gonna reply with the Venge Jug, so they get some good physical damage here. Very aggressive opener. Rave gonna reply with that Lion. And now moving right along into phase 2. Chen and Tidehunter banned out by IG. Cast is known for his Chen, and we've seen the Chen Shadow Fiend duo just getting a lot of love and hate by teams that might have to play against in terms of the draft as of late. And then the heroes that can dominate Shadow Fiend mid get removed by Rave. So they ban out the TA, they ban out the Queen of Pain, and now moving forward into the second stage, IG will select a Clockwork, and Rave go for a Beastmaster. So what are your thoughts so far on the draft?
Well, I think Shadow Fiend and Jug both kind of work well against each other. Most of the times I see Juggernaut come out on top though, but then again, Lion's pretty good versus that. But then again, Vengeful is good against Lion, so I don't know. All in all, it's, I would say, pretty even on the draft. I haven't actually seen IG run too much Clockwork though, and that's the one I'm like a little bit questionable about, because especially with Omni Slash's limited cast range now, it's going to be hard for him to follow up after Clockwork. Maybe they'll pick up a Sky or something like that to make things a little bit easier for him. But they definitely need a secondary range damage dealer to follow up with Clock.
No, Skywrath Mage is out there. They're going to go for a Sniper, so a carry that can dish out that range damage. They have decent frontliners with your Clock and Jug. And it's a hero that can also shut down Shadow Fiend earlier. We saw Vici Gaming using this very successfully yesterday.
I think they need one more aggressive support, and then I think Rave will again slightly be outdrafted. I think Sniper is a very good matchup for Shadow Fiend. Clockwork also just excellent protection. Like if he gets roared, boom, hookshot, Cog, Sniper is just free to pew pew. What else? As you said, Juggernaut's also a good frontline. Vengeful Spirit, good defensive support for Sniper in case they blink Zerg him. So, all in all, well-constructed draft from IG. Rave, Beastmaster, good to scout out Clockwork ganks, good to get the jump on Juggernaut with the Blink Hex on Lion. But then again, they have, like, even if they do get good vision with the Hawk, and even if they do get the Blink Hex initiate, they still have the defensive swap, and they have the Clockwork initiate too. So this sort of method of initiation for Rave is not going to be ideal for them. I think they might be better off just looking for map control and going for ganks where their team is not. But in terms of straight 5-on-5, Earthshaker will certainly help.
Yeah, they get the Earthshaker. It's good. It's not great counter initiation against the Clockwork or the Jug necessarily, but just a good defensive support for the Shadow Fiend, maybe anticipating some early pressure coming to the mid lane from the Venge. +1 could be perhaps that Skywrath Mage to go with the Clockwork. Generally, Rave have been drafting dual carry. We don't really see them run 4 Protect 1 as often lately. Now, they have done it historically with like a Jo Naga, and then the entire team's built around it, but even last game they picked Medusa, but they also have the Ember Spirit backing it up, and IG expecting a dual core again, are going to go ahead and ban out a Storm.
Storm's a really good ban.
A hero for which they have no real lockdown for. There's another hero along those lines, though, in the Slark, which also IG don't have much to deal with. I do like this Skywrath Mage ban.
I think Storm would be a much bigger problem than Slark. I think if they actually pick Storm instead of Earthshaker, their draft would be really good. They don't have anything to deal with the Storm. So, like, even like a BKB Storm, even, oh my goodness, that'd just be a nightmare for them to deal with.
Yeah, unless you got like an Abyssal Omni Slash on him, you're not killing him. And that's looking very far into the game. IG, 5th pick. They'll want to support here. They have the Venge already. Who's your go-to support, would you say, since Skywrath has been banned out?
5 seconds. Hurry,
I think Spear Breaker would do okay here, too. It's a good frontliner for Sniper. I think Disruptor is okay. And it will be Enigma. They don't actually have that much team fight, so Enigma is also pretty good. They do have the Beastmaster Roar to interrupt a BKB Black Hole, so that's one thing working against them.
They're going to go for an Enigma, and since Rave have already picked up their supports, they can't really go for a comparable greedy support to try and match this. So, with that said, IG looking to get a lot out of the lanes early. Rave not with the best roaming potential. I mean, they have decent roamers, but it's not a super aggressive support.
Yeah, they can't shut down Enigma.
And they will go for the Slark.
Yeah, I think it's a good choice. Not as good as the Storm, but it's still very difficult for Invictus Gaming to deal with.
It's a game where Slark could get out of hand, although I think with this Enigma pick, it's quite a bit more difficult to take the game over the same way. And then I guess it comes down to the question of the lanes, Ben. We're going to have a June Clockwork off lane, 430 going mid as Sniper. He'll be matched up against the Shadow Fiend. The Venge, the one hero for Chizbug who could maybe apply some pressure on that lane, but looks like with this Earthshaker pick that it'll be unlikely they get any early kills. Probably just a 1v1 there, with supports just controlling the runes to some extent. And then Luo on your safe lane Juggernaut. It'll be Ryo going off lane as the Beastmaster here for Rave.
Yeah, Chizbug has a tough job. He has to try and keep both supports occupied and not get any help from Enigma. So he has a very difficult early game ahead of him.
Alright folks, we're now underway. This is game number 2 of a best of 3. Rave, the pride of the Philippines, looking to stave off elimination here and take IG down 2-0. IG, heavy favorites in terms of just looking at their experience and their composure coming into this match and the way they dominated LGD. But if any game could rattle even a veteran squad like this one, it's probably that game 1. Just a frustrating way to lose. As for Rave, they'll be confident, buoyed by that. We'll introduce them now. They've got Ryo as their off-lane Beastmaster this time around. Going mid will be Cast supporting on the Earthshaker. Probably not going to be laning there. Chrissy, the current solo mid for the team, rushing the bottle on the Shadow Fiend. We've got Jayo playing the Slark, heading to the safe lane. And Ninja Boogie had some big plays last game. He'll be playing your Lion this time around. Already the Boar, trying to be a bit of a nuisance here. IG looking to bounce back, defending their own woods. You've got Chizbug playing the support Venge, very hard 6-position style Venge. You've got June on the Clockwork. Chuan going to be playing your Enigma, saving some gold for sentries if needed. Luo on the Juggernaut, and that will leave Ferrari 430 as the Sniper going mid. So Shadow Fiend going Bottle Rush, Sniper going for the early Wraith ban. Might be tough for Chrissy to get CS with last hits here early on, and he's up against an Enigma deny. Chuan now going to ferry out his clarities as he knows his jungle will not be warded. Could be a tough lane for this Shadow Fiend. Although, yeah, he gets a bounty rune. Well, that'll help out quite a bit.
It's just tough depending on what the supports do. Let's see where Earthshaker is.
By the way, I want to point out Ryo is creep logging for him with the Boar, it looks like. That's pretty cool, I gotta say. Never seen that before.
That's really cool. And they have Earthshaker to block the top lane.
And on the back of that Boar block, Chrissy gets it about dead even. Going for the Raze last hits, 430, going to help him there, unwittingly. And already your bottle coming out, so it'll end up being a decent start here for Chrissy. Jesus, 3 Razes on the first wave.
Yeah, was that necessary?
I don't know about that, but I guess he knows he has a super fast bottle. And he can even maybe go for a quick bottle crow if he wants before this next rune spawn.
See another fissure block in the mid lane. They really want to help out Chrissy here. Although I think he might have blocked it too much. If he does some
just out of tower range.
He can do some creep aggro tricks to push it into tower.
So talk to me about Sniper Shadow Fiend, man, because generally when I've seen it, the Snipers seem to really dominate once they get to level 5, 6.
The shrapnel is really difficult to deal with. Like a double shrapnel and like a couple of headshot procs will actually just spell death for Shadow Fiend, and you're almost always at max range, so you can only raise him once. Aside from that, he has decent damage when you consider headshot procs, and he can outrange Shadow Fiend. Like Shadow Fiend, he's not full range, he's 500 range, and it's really difficult for 600 range heroes to take advantage of that small discrepancy. Fissure in mid, but it will not end up being a block.
This is some hate for 430.
Yeah, and what else about it? I think that they both have kill potential. Though.
Especially with these supports. Venge, a good hero to rotate in. They could even maybe smoke the Enigma there at some point. For now, your Beastmaster just going to be skirmishing with the Vengeful Spirit top lane, but probably won't see much happening until 5-6 minutes. And Chrissy doesn't seem too interested in harassing with these raises.
He's staying out way too far.
He's taking a lot of harass here. Yeah. Another shrapnel coming out. Chrissy going to be pursued, but 430, no boots yet, I believe. It's a little difficult for him to get in range.
Yeah, that's with 2 shrapnels at level 3, so you can imagine 2 shrapnels at level 5.
That's where things get scary. And again, this is before supports rotate in. They've just been leaving cast tier mid the entire time, but without IG supports, I should say, coming towards mid. So for now, we could take a look at our other lanes, since mid lane seems like it'll just be a farm fest. Ryo going to be playing the off-lane Beastmaster. He's gotten a good levels, level 3 so far. You know, one thing I saw the other day was off-lane Beastmaster using the boar to block camp stacks. Now, I don't know how good that is versus Enigma, because he can kill it, but it was against the Sand King, and he blocked the Sand King stacks like 3 or 4 times early on. It's a big change to the Beastmaster having this boar right off the bat.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice change.
Gives him a lot more presence in the offlane and ability to like slow down the support's economy.
Wonder what
but Chuan's uncontested. He's level 4 at 3 minutes. This is like about as close to perfect as you can get. Well, he gets all his Eidolon stunned here.
He doesn't have the... You usually see Puppy cut down these trees with Midnight Pulse.
Huh.
To make
he actually
a lot
skilled
faster.
it, too.
Yeah. I actually think it's a little bit slow relative to Puppy's Enigma.
Yeah. Still uncontested, even with the solos for now. Could be ahead, but he's still off to a good start. He'll get a lot of Eidolon stunned again, but continues to hang back. As you can see, June busy cogging creeps into the trees. Man, we have not seen this in a while. And he's gonna let them all come out now. The creeps are gonna approach his tower. June will get quite a bit of experience in the off lane. A little bit less than the Beastmaster, but with this wave coming in, it should even out more or less. And
looks like Jo might be going the Midas rush too. In terms of like late game versus late game, it's about even, I would say.
Yeah, both teams are really good late.
Yeah. I like IG's dropped a little bit more though. I think Sniper can do a lot this game.
Here comes a rotation from Ninja Boogie. There's a Dire Ward spotting him out, though. Do they try and make a play on him? They're bringing in their Venge. The Sniper's not yet level 6. I believe has the level 3 Shrapnel now. Oh, Ninja Boogie. This is bad. He's going to start backing off. Magic Missile catches him, and now the Shrapnel comes out. Good luck running. Take that, you wanker.
First blood.
Rocket going to get the kill. Not really ideal, but we'll take it nonetheless. That was a pretty bold maneuver, I have to say.
Without a smoke.
Yeah, no smoke.
He had a smoke on him.
No support. Also didn't see where the Venge was.
I mean, even if he does get the Hex and the Impale on Ferrari, like, he has a tank tower and lands a 1 armor hero. So even if he does smoke, it's still a very risky kill.
And the other thing, Shadow Fiend doesn't have great range. Like, he's got the 1 C-Rays, which is pretty long, but for the other 2, he's got to get very close to the tower. If it's like the Sniper mid getting a gank and he has Assassinate, then you could do it quite a bit more safely. And speaking of that Sniper, now his Assassinate, Chuan heading 6 at 5 minutes. He has Midnight Pulse down the trees. Boots are out, wards are out, Soul Rain up.
Now Ninja Boogie will smoke.
And they're not punishing this Enigma at all, really.
Lion smoked up. Looks like he's just placing wards. Maybe going for a kill on Ferrari. He is on the bottom side of the creeps, though. They could set it up with a
Has the Fissure to start it off. The Impale to follow it up. He gets Fissured on the wrong side, though. An Impale gonna miss from Ninja Boogie. Oh no.
That was an awful gank.
That was the Fissure block on the wrong side. Now they're even gonna turn this. Lua runs up the hill. The Raze is not connecting either. And Assassinate comes out. A pew pew easy kill.
Terrible.
Rave just cracking under the pressure as they bring in June. He's gonna waddle forward and catching out the Shadow Fiend, who can't even cast a Raze. He'll be finished off here by the Sniper. A double kill for 430. And this is after all the investment they put through. Now they lose another. IG just styling on Rave as they get run over.
Ninja Boogie.
Oh man.
So firstly, if it's a low-level fissure, then he should hex after, unless he's very confident in the stun. If he had blocked him on the other side, but
Yeah.
wow, that was just misfires.
I don't think
everywhere.
anything else could have gone wrong on that gank.
They could have missed the fissure.
Yeah. That's true. Well, but if you miss it entirely, then your team just backs off immediately,
Yeah.
I think.
That
So,
was-
like, missing it, hitting him on the wrong side baits your
Oh,
team into the bad position.
Goodness.
Ugh. And this is, again, with a jungle Enigma. Rave have the two supports that are roaming early. IG just have an AFK jungle. They've got a fourth core.
That was really smart from Luo to TP in, though, since he knew that there were two supports in there, and that Enigma is likely not going to help out because it's Chuan.
Well, bad start here for Rave. But in good news, Jo is farming on the bottom lane. He's working towards the Midas. He'll have it quickly. I actually don't have great solutions for a Slark.
Clockworks, I would say, is okay. So is Enigma. They're both like, none of them are amazing, but they're both like okay. I think added up, it'll be enough.
Oh man, that crit.
And on top of that, they have a swap to counter Blink Slark Initiate
That's true.
or Shadowblade Slark.
Yeah, as far as easy solo kill, Sniper, if he gets caught, is Enigma, not so much. Jug, Slark does match up quite well against the Jug. You go on him, force out the Omni Slash, then just
I
ulti
would
away.
actually say that it's not that great for Slark. It depends. Like even farm, like Jug doesn't have to turn around. He just drops a healing ward in the back and he just right clicks. And if it's a strong Juggernaut and he gets like a couple of lucky crits, and he actually has a Shadow Dance since he's already used his pounce. And
Yeah.
Dark Pact doesn't actually do that much either. So.
He does have really good lockdown to set him up. Though. They fissure, they roar. Now, granted, these heroes are not having the best start.
Defensive swap, man.
Yeah,
So
we'll
good.
see. It was a pretty big game changer last game. Still, despite the train wreck that was mid, Shadowfiend is farming well, and Slark is farming well. The Beastmaster getting his levels. The supports are really going to be the big question mark for Rave. Can they find a way to catch up after this awful start they've had?
I think it's time for Jo to go to jungle. Actually, Lion can get solo killed by Clock, so he can't actually solo leech the lane.
Yeah, both of these teams with a pretty average first blood rate. I guess IG slightly better, but just a game or two can really swing that stat.
So the Soul Ring Beast, and it's the Ancient stacking, but he hasn't stacked any Ancients. I think
They don't have anyone else to farm them either.
Shadowfiend can kind of do them.
Yeah.
It's not as good as Medusa, but at least he can somewhat kill them. But yeah, Slark
He's not the
definitely-
worst.
Slark definitely cannot. He is probably one
Dark
of the
Pack
worst.
the Ancients. Got him.
He can attack for like 2 seconds and then regen all his HP.
It'd only take him like 5 hours. The other thing that Rave really have to worry about is Roche potential. They have the Enigma. Mech is coming very soon. He's already got everything except for the recipe, which Chuan, it's going to be like a 10-minute mech. And you get your 10-minute mech, you have Avenge, you could go right in. Hookshot was fishing for Chrissy, not going to connect though. There was a Radiant Ward spotting out that rotation from June, and thanks to that, he's unable to connect. But if that hits, it's another death on the Shadow Fiend. He's got to be dodging bullets now. It's time to go Neo style.
So now both the Rave bottom laners will move into the jungle. Lion's still trying to work on that level 6. And Clockwork's actually been a little bit inactive, but he's ideally fishing for Lion. Lion's a super easy kill for him. Beastmaster, not so much. He hasn't really been around in the lane. Earthshaker is also a super easy kill.
Speaking of that Lion, swap top lane onto Ryo. He's going to get caught out. They don't even need an Omni Slash here, just smacking him down with that Juggernaut auto attack. Mask of Madness inbound. And with this tier 1 dropping top, IG going to continue to pull ahead now. Still searching for some additional
They
map
need
control.
Ancient stacks. What happened to that? Like, you don't get Soul Ring on Beastmaster and not Ancient stack. That's just a big no-no.
He's been trying to scout with the board for incoming ganks.
That's what
more
the
than,
Hawk for.
than stacking.
You use the Hawk to scout, and then use the board
Yeah.
either redirect the creep wave so you don't get dove as easily, or you use it at the Ancient so you can pull. But they are 3-man smoked. Chuan, Luo, and Chispa looking for Chrissy.
I think they have the mech now. Yeah, mech online. Oh, this could fall apart. If Rave lose a big fight here, they're losing tier 1 mid, they're losing 2-3 heroes, and they're going to probably lose the Roshan immediately afterwards.
Actually, they're going to wrap around. They do have a... Oh...
Is Ryo really the kill you want?
He thinks he's safe. I mean, it's
a kill.
decent. It pretty much... means
dead.
that he cannot ancient stack, which is a big problem. Like, he
Wait,
can't-
meanwhile, mid. We're not done just yet. Ninja Boogie getting chased out by June. 430 gonna get pounced on, then blown up though. A 2-for-1 exchange, but losing that sniper. They'll at least be happy about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a
big kill.
it's a strange kill to commit to when you're that deep into the T1 with 3 of your heroes pushing a side lane. June set up for a hook shot on Chrissy.
Radiant's top tower is under siege.
Does he want to go for this? Yules is coming for your Shadow Fiend. But they're starting to really forfeit map control. Tier 2 now down. The Ancients, as you mentioned, will be exposed. And with this additional gold, IG are going to be able to reach a critical mass of items. They have 5 heroes in the top 7 right now in terms of net worth.
Yeah, do Roche to get it for Ferrari.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you take the Tier 1 mid or bottom first, but I feel like they can easily do that with this mech advantage. And perhaps they don't even need to. Pick up the Medallion on Venge. The way to Roche is open. And Rave are just not that good at contesting. They don't have a Clockwork. They don't have a Storm. A hero that can easily jump in and look to contest.
At least they have high vision, flying vision with Beastmaster. I think that's their saving grace for Roshan. But at the same time, yeah, they can't really contest. Like, Clockwork will own them. Juggernaut will own them. If they group up, Enigma will own them. On top of that, like, Shrapnel on the choke points is also very destructive.
Yule's now completed by your Shadow friend. Here comes the push. Juggernaut in the front line, Sniper, plinking away from the side. Throwing out a Shrapnel here there to get some vision. And he'll continue to siege. He doesn't want to put the tower in deny range this way.
Or June shouldn't be in vision. If they want to go for this push mid, they need Clockwork to not show, so they can be scared of a hookshot defense. Or hookshot while they're defending.
Well, it seems that IG are just going to go Roche instead. There is a Radiant Ward here. I'm not sure if it actually... now it might get vision as the Venge moves around, but...
Ferrari is...
doesn't really matter.
Oh my goodness, he's so close to getting
Well,
initiated
mid.
on.
Man, that's bad.
That's
One,
really bad.
that's a smoke gank. They commit 4 heroes, and they can't even get onto the Sniper.
That's just a great position by Ferrari. He's like standing right next to the tower, and if he sees them, if he sees a smoke pop with his observer ward, then he can immediately run back since he has superior move speed and they don't have any blinks. The only way is fissure, like fissure into a gank, but they haven't been able to execute that as we saw for that first blood.
It's the nice thing with this build on Sniper. I really prefer that. Just heavy move speed, somewhat glass cannon.
It depends on what hero you're against. Like if you're against heroes that will close the gap no matter what, like Centaur or Bristle, I would say.
Yeah, but he also has the swap anyway.
I think I like this build a lot too.
Luo looking for the Omni Slash. They're gonna rev up and assassinate, but he gets impaled under the tower. Then Zap, but Blade Fury dodges it. Oh no! What else could go wrong here for Rave in game number 2?
Wow, that was close. I think he actually had Mask of Madness on.
Yeah.
He might have died right there.
He still has Aegis, but at least popping it for free like that is something Rave would be happy about. They swap in. They're gonna look to fight. Uh-oh. Now Fissure coming out onto 2. No follow-up to Chizbug's initiation. And while top lane, we might have a go here from our Shadow friend. He has the Yule Scepter trying to fight rather, not Battle Fury, your Battery Assault coming out. Wow. Chrissy going in for the Hulk. He'll pop that Shadow Fiend and he'll pay with his own life. 1 for 1. But Chrissy giving up that additional experience. And now Luo chasing mid. They have the Assassinate, getting the Hex. Then the Impale follow. They don't have the finger to finish him off. He's actually going uphill. He's going for this. He gets the kill anyway. Luo just gonna swag all over
you guys. I'm tired of you guys picking at me from 7 of the range.
He might just give up his Aegis here. This boar is slowing him down. And then blink in. Now we'll leap out. That ain't happening.
Get ready to get hold.
Tony Slark. Just not very scary right now.
You know, as bad as things are going for Rave, I actually think it could be going a lot worse.
Is that supposed to reassure them?
No, but it's like I definitely think IG is stronger on paper, and I would think that the early game would have been even more IG's favor in the first 15 minutes of both of these games. And last game it didn't go, you know, it was like, you know, 100% is like just IG owning Rave. It was like maybe like 50% of what I expect. Maybe like 30% last game. This game's like 60% of how badly I would expect IG to beat them out in the early game. And you know, Rave's just holding on pretty fantastically, like a couple man impales to prevent their heroes from getting Omni Slash. Earthshaker in the right position at the right time, only 1 death on him. You know, Chrissy finishing his Yule Scepter, well on his way to BKB even after dying 2 times. So, all in all, I think things are going pretty well for Rave.
All right.
All things considered.
Let's see if they can hang on. They're now trying to make a move on this top tower.
Their supports are just like broke though.
Clockwork is waiting. And Beastmaster is essentially a support as well, with 3k net worth at
Radiant's
60
bottom
minutes
tower
in.
is being attacked.
They're going to make their move onto June here, perhaps, in a moment. But it's not really the hero you want to be diving. A Blade Mail Clockwork,
Definitely not.
Radiant's bottom
with
tower
Enigma
under fire.
counter initiation to worry about, the Sniper TPing in to worry about. Speaking of that Sniper, completed Manta now online. This is going to make life even more
The
difficult
Manta
for
Rush.
him.
You usually see a Mask of Madness thrown in the mix. That's
Dire's middle
I would
tower
say
is being
one of the
attacked.
standard sniper builds is like phase.
Maybe he saw what almost happened to the Juggernaut. It's like, I don't want any part of that.
Yeah. I mean, sniper.
Sniper
it's-
tends to be farther back, though.
Yeah, it's good for tower sieging. I personally like Manta a lot. I guess you can have some sick plays too.
Oh,
Dots.
here comes the smoke bottom. The Hawk was somewhat in the neighborhood, but just moved towards mid. So it's out of position now to scout this rotation. Jo could be the one who gets caught here. Oh no. Does Tron have a Blink Dagger? Does he have any way to initiate this? Not the case, and he'll just Shadow Dance on out of here. Not rotating it as your Jug. No, he's going to back off to Joy.
But how can a Slark solo carry this? Like, what's he supposed to do? Blink in, get Black Cold, blink in and get stunned by Venge, or just Omni Slash and immediately have to pop your Shadow Dance? Like, there's just so little potential for Slark to do anything in this
I
game.
feel like he has to rat and find pickoffs.
But he's a Slark. They're gonna keep sieging with a mech, with a sniper, with a healing ward. They have all these tools at their disposal to just quickly siege towers without taking any damage.
Well, you can tell Rave understand that they're not very strong in the fights right now. So they rotate towards top, and they may take a tier 1, but it looks like it'll come at the cost of a tier 2 bottom. And with that tower falling, if it does, they're down to 1 outer tower. But they got to take what they can now, because they're not going to be taking that 5v5 fight.
And then on top of that, Chuan almost has BKB. And Beastmaster with this sort of farm, like looking for him, I guess he's really close to his Blink Dagger, but
You really want to be roaring like that Jug even, just so he doesn't get off an Omni Slash. They picked him up right after the Jug in the draft.
Yeah, the Beastmaster's effectiveness has been pretty limited. I'm actually surprised to see them pick the Beastmaster because I thought that the warding and vision was fantastic without a Beastmaster last game, and I don't actually know the main reason why they picked him. It wasn't for ancient stacking because he's only stacked it once this entire game. The attack speed aura hasn't even been skilled yet.
No, Ryo!
Oh,
no.
It wasn't because of his tankiness.
Oh, level 2 assassinate. I mean, that Beastmaster just broke. He had like almost half health.
Nice spin by Luo. Dodge a fissure, gets
Continue
some
working on the tower. This tier 3 bottom slated to fall. It seems Joe gonna blink it. Oh man, 1 slash almost kills him.
See, that's the thing. Like, you blink it, what are you supposed to do? Like,
You need your
kill
teammates
yourself?
to go in, but they can't. They're just too poor. There's no blink on the Earthshaker. Chrissy has a BKB. Impale gonna miss. More spells off the mark here from Rave. Tough to connect. Without Blink Dagger, is there any reliable way to getting close? And as a result, they'll lose a melee Rax uncontested. IG want to take this range, but they don't want to overextend for it. They got what they came for, Ben. They'll back off, they'll reset, and they'll go for 2 in just a few moments.
Just wait for next Roche and just repeat. I mean, Rave's high ground defense is terrible now that one lane is down. Once one lane is down, they can't really use Earthshaker to its maximum effectiveness, which is like trying to split people off in a fight, because they can just siege 2 lanes at once, one with Sniper and one with Enigma.
Should
and one
Rave
with
lose
Jug.
this game, it goes to a deciding game 3. So they have an extra. This is kind of an insurance game in some ways, but it just feels like IG have found their groove, found their momentum, and hell, Rave barely won that game 1. It's not like it came easy.
They
for
gave
them.
Chuan a farmer because he was farming all game last game.
Well, Chuan's always gonna farm, man, especially if his team's not winning. Remember that tree game at TI where he bought a Midas when they were already losing?
Gotta do what you gotta do, dude.
That was like
Trust
that
in
was
your
the-
heart.
That was the throw in the towel Midas, classic
Dire's
Chuan.
middle tower taking damage.
Throw
He
it.
didn't leave the base either.
Are
He just chilled.
fortified.
These games happen to the best of us, but IG now grouping up mid. I don't even know if they wait for the next rush. They may just 5-man.
It's definitely safer, dude. I mean, the T2's not up in mid. I guess, how much do they have to wait? Potentially 4 minutes?
While this was happening, Enigma Eidolon's rat down that range Rex bottom, so it's now fallen. The Beastmaster trying to hold off the point of attack, but unable to do so. Hawk gonna get eyes on the inevitable bum rush. Rocket searching, will connect. Meanwhile, Courier might get sniped in mid. Slark, can he make a big play here? He will. It's a 1,600 gold bounty. Not sure what was on that Courier for the Dire.
1600 is a ghost.
There's your Mithril Hammer.
I don't know if it's a ghost or not.
It was a Mithril Hammer.
Throw hammer? Oh.
Okay. I don't know if that's... I don't think that's a completed BKB or anything, so I don't know how much it really matters. As Luo, he'll lay into the tier 2 mid. Slark trying to... He knows he can't really backstab. It's like, what else do you do at this point?
You split push.
Cuts the wave again, maybe?
Yeah, cutting the wave would be really good. But...
He's not moving for it yet.
Yeah, I mean, Slark's okay, but he can't do anything by himself.
And now the fight breaking out. Luo still alive, has the Omni Slash if need be. They force out the Chrissy BKB, but they zap down the Juggernaut from distance. Great hold here, as they'll buy back instantly on that Venge. Requiem was expended along with every other ulti except for Echo Slam. IG maybe now see this and just say, you know what? We should just wait for the next rush.
That was pretty sick.
Really nice initiation. But can Rave have that same kind of fight when there's an Aegis? That will be significantly more difficult.
That's a really good fissure. Enigma was walking into BKB, Black Hole. Cool.
They'll need more where that came from. Last game they held on against all odds and took a surprising win against IG. Can they do it once more? All the big ultis are online for IG. 430 gonna have... I think that Mithril Hammer was actually 430s. Was it? Yeah, so either your Maelstrom, maybe the BKB if he wants it.
Could be Deso.
That could be Deso, actually. It's a good siege item.
It's an old school build.
I don't know if it's normally the build you want, but this game, when they're
This
just trying
game,
to break base, it could be the perfect item.
This game I think could actually be really good. It's also complements Juggernaut really well.
Blink Dagger on Shadow Fiend. This is... Like you said, they still have a shot here. Rave have just shown good poise in general. They've fallen behind in a lot of matches this tournament, but haven't given up even when they're down.
I think BKB's better though. BKB's just safer. Like, what do they have on BKB? They roar, but they can't kill anyone. Shadow Fiend doesn't have enough right click, and Slark is still at that weak point before Scotty. But at the same time, he is going to have a Scotty really soon. Unfortunately for IG, it is almost a full duration Roshan respawn. 2 minutes 50-ish, give or take. That's bad luck. They really want to get the Aegis right now and just push uphill. And then, if not, wait for Aegis Cheese, because they're going to have Roshan control, I would say, for some time to come.
Chrissy doing everything he can, though. He's split pushing as quickly as possible. Jo looking to do the same, making a foray into the enemy jungle. And, you know, they are keeping up with these IG carries. So I feel like if somehow Rave can hang on against the next push,
20's blink.
this game might turn.
Because if they use Roar to initiate, then he just blinks back black holes, and there's no way that they lose the fight.
He's close to it if he wants it. 1650 gold until he completes, or 1650 gold towards it, so just needs about 600 more. And it is a Deso for 430. Now snapped up. This will allow them to siege very rapidly. The tier 2 will fall top. Rave actually starting to pull ahead a bit with the Shadow Fiend. Doesn't have his first big damage item yet, though. And there's a lot of heroes who can just catch him and focus him.
They can melt him through BKB. That's a big problem for Shadow Fiend right now.
Yeah, he really needs that next, like, butterfly. Maybe a lifesteal after that.
Yeah, he's
I don't know
sitting
if
at
Chrissy's
one
gonna...
armor. One armor after the Deso. And then like a crit from Jug. Like,
and they don't have
goodbye.
a swap, so if he gets caught, he's just done for. Does Earthshaker have Blink Dagger yet? He's 2,900 gold. Unfortunately, doesn't. Tranquil Soul Rain. They have a ward here inside of the Radiant base for IG. Maybe giving them a bit of vision. Might allow them to get that setup with the Venge swap.
I mean, this tower's just dead. Tower's a 300 HP tower.
There is a glyph, but yeah. If they let the tower drop, then defending it's very difficult. At 430, how do you go on him? They fissure. Tower's still going to go down to Chuan's Eidolons, and now he's going to move in onto the ranged Drax, focusing the one that won't regen. The Boar desperately trying to mount a defense. From the backside comes Jo, attempting for that jump. Maybe he can catch somebody out and force out an early BKB from Enigma, or at least do something to slow down this onslaught. But Rangedrax now in jeopardy. Cast looking for the positioning here for a fissure. Everything lining up. He's actually gone in now onto Chisbug. Ryo blinking forward. Wants to roar. Chuan keep out of the fight. They're going to Requiem onto 430 and drive him back. But he mantas. He turns his ground. The raises are there. They pop the Aegis, but they lose 2. As June will clean them up with that hook shot forward. Juggernaut Omni Slash also committed. Try to TP out as your clock. That ain't going to happen. Swapping. Ninja Boogie back now. Double buyback from Rave. But they still have lost 3. It's only 2 left standing.
TP from Lion?
Oh, man. They got nothing left in the tank now, Ben. It looks like we're headed to a game 3. 2 lanes of Rex down. IG just blasting their way through this Rave base.
Sniper. Good hero.
Also, you just have to go back to some of those early rotations, man. The Whiff Fissure, the Whiff Impale. Maybe if those kills go the other way, the Shadow Fiend has a better start. Can turn this game, but up against Enigma, they weren't pressuring his jungle. They had to make some ganks.
They had
work.
3 weaklings: the Beastmaster, and I mean the Earthshaker didn't play too poorly. I think the Lion and the Beastmaster really did nothing the whole game. I guess